Hey fellow Battanians, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade to Bannerlord, Lords of the Forest, Episode 19, Rebel Crusher. Our current priority is to try to gain Clan Tier 4. So in order to create our own non-imperial kingdom, we need Clan Tier 4, 100 troops, and even in our own army, we can support 124, so easily this is passable. The reason why I'm not recruiting troops right now is troops cost money, and that would hurt us in the long run. So it's ideal to just recruit the troops when we've fulfilled all the other requirements, and then to own a settlement. Owning a settlement is a bit tricky, but it won't matter so much to own a settlement unless there's a really golden opportunity to grab one until we're Clan Tier 4. So speaking about Clan Tier 4, we are currently Clan Tier 3, and we're 300 renown away from Clan Tier 4. So the first thing I wanted to do for you all early birds to the stream is to pull this. How should we raise renown? There's fundamentally two ways to do it. One requires effort and the other doesn't. Well, they both require effort, but once we obtain the 125 trade that we are aiming to get, we're right now at 103. Once we get 125, any workshop that we have that is profitable will give us daily renown. And currently we have 4 workshops, so that would be just 4 renown every day for nothing. Passive renown gain. What is quicker would be arena fights, because we have the duelist here, which is doubles the amount of renown gained from tournaments, and also the self-promoter, which is gain extra renown when tournaments are won. So I could do arena fights in order to, and I could probably do both of these if the trade correlates to arena fights. That's probably the most bang for my buck. But right at the start, what we want to do is to raise our renown one way or another, and you're basically voting on what I'm prioritizing, but I'm going to do both at the same time. And then once we have the renown, we can start working towards owning a settlement and raising our troop count. Likely troop count first, then settlement, because the troop count allows us to get the settlement. Now, as far as settlements go, the best settlements for us to go for are ones that are held by rebels. Because if they're held by rebels, we're not necessarily pissing off a kingdom by capturing it. Obviously, as soon as we own a settlement, there's going to be hell to pay, because everybody is going to turn their attention towards little old us kingdom and try to crush us into the mud. So while I'm working on raising renown, and while I'm working on any opportunity to own a Battanian settlement, if it gets overtaken by rebels, is one that I'm going to jump at. Or, at the very least, a settlement near Battania. Because we're not necessarily required to so our troops are Battanian only. So if we own, let's say, a settlement down at Vostrum, because right now Vostrum's held by rebels, if we wanted to resupply our troops, we would have to go all the way up to like Maranath and Sionon, and that would suck. Because in the time that we were absent, we would easily lose our cities or castles. So we really want cities and castles around where we, can refresh our troops. So owning Vostrum or anything really one city further out from Battania is just not that attractive. All right, and you guys are damn near tied up there for what to do. So let's go ahead and do some arena fights. Oh no, this marker is not for arenas. All right, so let's try to manage the trade and manage the getting as much renown as we can. And Krusty Rhino, thank you for all the gifted subs. Stochastic Turtle, Requiem, Inc., thank you for the bits. Pillbug for the resub. I will drink to that. And thank you for the hype train. Now, I don't really remember the buying price of the things that I had. Looks like I bought most... I have a good amount of beer, but no, I don't really have a lot of trade goods right now on me that are going to fetch a good price. So, let's see. We're right next to an iron mine. So I'm going to check out the iron mine for money. 52? I'll buy it 52. Or actually, oops, reset. Yeah, I could buy the whole stack at 52. Okay. So we have a lot of money. We're sitting on like 33k, which is going to help to bankroll kind of whatever we need to do when it comes to empire building. Like if I need to mass recruit troops and level them up. But our passive income is pretty strong. We have, at the moment, we have 4 workshops and 4 caravans running. And I could add more caravans because we also have space for another companion. So if I find another trade companion, it's entirely plausible to have yet another caravan. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the quality, not the price. Derp. Well, we'll try to find a good place to... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. So we'll try to find a good market for this iron. And... what are they saying? Maybe Zionica? We'll head on over there. It looks to me like we're going to slightly prioritize trade, but essentially do both. Are we moving extra slow due to encumbrance? No, just snowy. Okay. Ooh, wait, hold on. Sargot just went down to rebels. That would be a place to own, for sure. So, let's see if we can't... Yeah, I'm gonna dump this to Zionica. Well, no, it's a bit too far. Is there somewhere closer? Possibly Poros. Poros is not closer. Maranath? I'm just gonna dump this to Maranath. I can eat the cost. I don't care. And what I'm hoping to do is rally up enough troops to mess with Sargot, as it's held by rebels. And Glitch, thank you for the bits as well. So what's my trade at? 103, 1139? Alright. We are... If we want to potentially... And Leamington. Thank you for the resub and the gifted subs. Dang. Cheers. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that on hold, the renown thing. Attempt to capture Sargot. Or Sargo. I don't even know what it's called. So in terms of the troops that we currently have, our party, our army, we have a bunch of highborn youth and warriors. I'm going to level them up, even though the full stack isn't ready to go. It does mean that I'm going to be paying a little bit more out the nose. And I think what I want to do is to head to all of the bound villages around castles. So Remtail, Clambeg, and get recruits that can level up to archers. So in terms of the troop tree, let me go over that now. In terms of the troop trees for Battania, this is my plan. How do I access the trees? Oh, here we go. So we have the highborn youth that could become the Fian champions, which are the arguably one of the best bowmen, if not the best bowman in the game. They also have pretty strong two-handed skill, so they cut through troops as well as shoot. They're very powerful, and we want a whole lot of the Fian champions because they're strong as hell. But if we went with the Battanian volunteers, I think what might be best to pair with the Fian champions, especially if we're attacking and defending castles and towns, would be the Battanian wildlings. because the wildlings have a big old shield, which you can't see here, but they have a big Highland large shield, and they're also skirmishers, so they have one-handed weapon and javelins. So I'm going to attempt to recruit volunteers to go the woodrunner, skirmisher, wildling route. There's obviously other choices here to be made. The Battanian Falksman's not too bad either. They're pretty effective in combat. They're just a two-hander. But I think in terms of survivability, especially in castle fights, having shields is pretty critical. Mounted troops, obviously, in castle and town attacks and defense aren't super useful. And the Oathsworn, because of their hooked spears, they're just not amazing for castles. So I think it's going to be wildlings and Fian champions. So here, let's go ahead and recruit all of these recruits and fill our numbers with as many recruits as we can, and then roll our efforts to potentially get Sargot before it gets lost. So let me look at the troop tree again. The skirmishers level up to wildlings. So either we want highborn youth or volunteer, woodrunner, skirmisher. So I have to remember those units, because I don't want anyone else that's not on that path, like a Foxman. So I'm going to be very picky about who I recruit as a result, because these two don't level up to wildlings. But I am getting access to recruiting heroes and high-level archers, which is really nice, because that will cut down the amount of training we need to do. I forget if clan warriors... No, clan warriors is the other tree, right? Yeah, that's the left side. Okay, we're already up to 80. What is bound to Abcomer? That would be Abcomer or Inveth. So I'll head over there. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the villages that are bound to castles, because castle-bound villages will have the highborn youth, whereas the town-bound villages will only have the volunteer recruits. And I think that the Fian champions are the strongest Battanian unit, so I'm trying to make my army up of as many of those as I can. Oh, I could also go to Lenhanok and Cantrek, because it's currently owned by Valandia, but it is Battanian cultured. Oh, yes. We are quickly filling out our numbers. Come on, rebels, hold out. So I really don't want anyone to stomp the rebels. I want to be the first ones there. I don't know if I'm going to have the party to conquer them. I have no idea. I hope, though. So we have a bit of a stewardship choice here. And I'll have you guys choose. Let me also make sure that these perks work. There is a... So what is this, the 4th tier? They're both implemented. Good. Okay, cool. So the top one is Efficient Campaigner. This gives extra food for each during village raids. I'm not going to be raiding villages, so that's not much of a help. But also Quartermaster. Reduction in troop wages in my party while it's part of an army. So I'm not an army right now. Obviously, I would have to be like a king to rally an army. But it would help if I become a king and I have, troops in my army. So I'm going to say minus 25% wages when in army. And then the bottom one is paid and promise. So reduction in companion wages and recruitment fees. It would help to know how much I'm paying for my companions, but that is a benefit that always applies. And then if I am the quartermaster, discarded armors are donated to troops for increased experience. So that's pretty useful. If I am looting a ton of armor from battles, I can then dump it to my troops to level them up. So minus 25% companion wages and donating armor for XP. And as far as companion wages go, was that just companion wages in my own party or in general? No, I think it's well, it's party leader, but I think it applies to all companions. So where is their pay? That would be in the party screen. So it's 32, 36, 20, to give you an idea. That's obviously way more than like Battanian heroes or veteran skirmishers, but it's it's about double the cost of a Fion champion. But of course, they're skilled and all that, so might be it's food for thought. And let's keep filling out our number. It's hard for me to. So woodrunners are okay. Volunteers are okay. Skirmishers are okay. Trained warriors, I think, is the wrong side of the tree. Yep. I kind of doubt, just to predict, I kind of doubt I'll be able to hold Sargot. Generally speaking, cities are sought after and get attacked frequently, but who knows? I mean, maybe. I just don't have any backup, if and when I take it. Alright, so we're 4 short of a full roster. I'll go over to Dern, recruit who I can, and then roll up on Sargot. And I would say it looks overwhelmingly like you guys want paid and promise. So I'll do that. All that one a little early. Alright, there we go. I wonder how this will turn out. So we have the... Oh, the other thing I didn't think about is food. Ah, good. We just so happen to land at a village that sells grain for cheap. Because now that I have, quadruple the amount of troops, I have quadruple the amount of food requirements. Alright, it's being held by, obviously, way more than we currently have, and I haven't played in about a month and a half, so I'm a little rusty. But, we'll do what we can. How do I attack this again? Do I have to declare... That's a good question. How do I even declare war on Sargot rebels? Well, before I send reinforcements, raiding a village. Oh yeah, I could raid a village. There's no one in the tavern. So yeah, I guess I'll raid Kaliak. I'm not thrilled about having to raid, but oh yeah, here we go. I could just attack them out in the fields. Wow, they are really defending their own.
Yours is not a face I know. What is your...
Delivering demands, and I'm demanding that he surrender. There we go. So now I have declared war on them and I didn't have to destroy a village. Perfect. But I just saw that Sargot got reinforced by a whole lot of them, so that's not great. Alright. In terms of troops, I'll take the bowmen, and then there is a commander for the meleeers, which will be Korik, because GMT has a one-handed of like 30. Oh, Sigurtrud is probably even better than both. No, she's not. Okay. So, I think we're good for... Oops. for troops. And then, in terms of deployment, so these are my archers. There's like no horse bowmen. Those are just really companions. And then the soldiers will be right in front of the archers. Our real strength in this fight is our quite powerful archers. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to give that order to the archers. I meant to just give it to the melees.
Every warriors! Get moving! Forward! Move!
Okay, there we go. So this is definitely the biggest fight that we've been a part of by like a factor of like 5. I love it. Finally fighting some big fights. Where are they going? Yo, excuse me. You seem to be fleeing, and like that's kind of not how combat works. Except for you guys. You guys are poking me. Well, they want to send their cavalry out to me. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. I'll accept it. I'll try to cut down the cavalry as they're away from reinforcements. And these guys are Volandian cultured, it seems. Alright, I'm gonna have my soldiers push up.
Move! Bowman!
And my bowmen push up, because I think they fell back.
With me!
And then I'm gonna have my mounted archers just follow me around. Are they leaving? No, they're just hiding up the hills. Okay. And I'm really bad at routing today.
Bowman!
Alright, I'm gonna put bowmen.
Move! Hear me! Forward!
Taking the open field. Yeah, they really just are camping the hill, huh? You know this isn't like a King of the Hill fight. You don't get extra bow. Okay, they're shooting my horse in the head. At some point, my archers should be in range. How many archers do they have? 63? So they have just about as many archers as we have. I could try to shield wall my warriors.
Form a shield wall!
To protect them from the archers and then start inching up, hoping to aggro them. Most of my warriors don't have shields, but some of them do.
Troops! Move! Arrows! Get moving!
I'm also going to put the arrows in loose formation. So that they're more spread out and less susceptible to arrow fire. Okay, they seem to be... Are they moving? No, they're not even moving. Okay, let's see if I can't just encourage them to move around a bit. Sometimes you can poke them and get them to commit. Come on. Fight me. Also wouldn't mind, oh that hurt, getting rid of all their cavalry, because then they don't have a good counter against my bow. Oh yeah, their cavalry's already pushing against. Okay. Let's see about
Bowman!
Moving them up.
Soldiers! Give them hell!
It's time to commit to the attack. I'm telling everyone to charge. Ooh, they knocked out Sigurtruda. Not cool. And I'm already down to half health, so I'm going to have to be a little bit mindful about the risks that I take, too. Their archers are up here. If I can distract their archers to look at me, it gives my shieldmen a chance to close the gap, which could be really useful. So just sort of like skirmishing, harassing. Wouldn't mind killing their bannermen then, too. Their Valandian crossbowmen are wreaking havoc on my volunteers. Yep, okay. They're definitely falling back towards me. So time to make myself scarce so I don't get crossbowed to death. As you can see, the crossbowmen are crusting the hill here. Their spearmen committed, and they are getting hacked to hell by everyone else, because they basically sent their bow to run. Horseback on a tree kind of sucks. I'm just like getting peppered full of arrows and the like, so I'm gonna hide a bit. Oops. Be good if I didn't retreat. Just trying to distract them as much as I can. The other thing is, like, large-scale battles like this are good for renown, so even if I don't end up taking Sargot, it's a way to have high action, high levels of combat, high experience fights without pissing off a kingdom, which is its own benefit, even if it doesn't award me a city. Or town, I should say. Alright, seems like they're routing. Good, good, good. Get going. Get slain. Real rusty. What's interesting is, like, the exits to the map were just, like, right over there, but they ran the wrong way. Okay. So, we lost most of the volunteers. That's not much of a surprise. And I am going to let them go, because this is also an opportunity to level up my charm. I'll take prisoners. Oh. Oh, hello. Some valuable stuff, too. Well, that wasn't terrible. That went okay. Sargot is, again, reinforced by 2 other armies. So almost 500 defenders. Not going to be able to take it out the way it is. In terms of my own party, full stack of Highborn Youth, ready to go. Full stack of volunteers, ready to become Woodrunners. And that's it, unless I want to do partial stacks. So let's go fill up our numbers. And sell off some of the bounty. And ransom the prisoners. I also leveled up in tactics. So, tactics. Let's see. There's loose formations. So, as a party leader, I have reduction in damage to my infantry from ranged troops. So, 10% less damage from ranged. And it also comes paired with, as captain, there is a lower morale penalty. And lower morale penalty for own troops. That's just like inside of the troops that I was captaining. So in that last battle, it would just be the archers, because that's who I was the captain for. Type formations would be damage increased by my infantry to cavalry. So plus 10% damage from inf to cav. And again, minus 25 morale penalty for own troops. And the morale penalty for own troops is like ranged morale penalty and melee morale penalty to dumb it down. But that's essentially the choices there. I was at... Yeah, so I gained 20 renown for that fight. Which is honestly not bad for a single fight. Not bad at all. Good bang from a buck. Who do I want? All of you. Oh, and there's actually an arena fight here. Although I'm at a third health. But I'll do it anyway. I mean, I'm here, right? So, ransoming the prisoners. Roguery goes up a little bit. And then, let's see. I don't mind giving out a courser to... It's not better than what Korak has. What about Sigurtruda? Yeah, Sigurtruda's riding a pack mount. So, like, okay. Done. I think everything else that I got awarded in that fight isn't better, gear-wise. So I'm gonna sell everything else. Nothing in here is like amazing. Now, one could make the argument that I could donate this armor, because I don't really need the money. So let's go ahead and do that too. I forget how to do that. I think it's just this. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to donate all the armor that I got in that fight to my troops. For my troops to level up. I wonder if that adds to my stewardship experience. I imagine it would, but I didn't check. So I'm not certain. Overwhelmingly, it looks like you guys want me to do loose formations. Done. Loose formations it is. There was a horse in that dump? Oh well. Oh god, I dumped all my horses? I think I dumped all my horses. Somehow. Wait. Yeah. Ouch. And food? Wait, how did I dump everything? I'm gonna live with it. A learning mistake, let's call it. But ouch, that was dumb. I thought I filtered to armor only, and clearly I did not. Oop, I don't need clay. So I'm just buying a variety of food. I guess I kept the one heavy mail chest that I had locked. And then I did say that I want to go into the arena. So let's join. A one-handed bearded axe. Okay, well that could be sold. Join! Thank you for the resub. Now, I only have like 40% health, so I don't think I'm going to win this, but... Free renowned if I do. Barely survived that round.
You bastards!
Sure, I'm pretty sure this one will be fine. Yeah, we're fine there. So it'll be me versus a Fion if I win this round. Yeah, I mean, it's winnable. So the real loss was like the pack animals that I had. I'll just have to be careful not to donate like... Oh, no, I'm down. Donate like I did before because, you know, ouch. So there wasn't really any pack animals to be procured in Pencannock, so I'm going to head over to Dunglanis. Hopefully they have some animals. And then Aster and Imla are bound to Aster Castle. So maybe I'll hit Aster and then Dunglanis. Or Imla and then Dunglanis. Try to get some more archers. Alright, roster is full. Get a few more pack animals just to increase movement speed. And then get back at it, fighting the rebels. No, they don't have pack animals. They have, like, none. Alright, I'll head over to Glintor and Pendriac. Or no, Pendriac doesn't have horses. Swenrin and Glintor. Hopefully the villages will have some pack animals. Where to vote for the games? I post on Discord, so go to Discord. Would be the easiest one. Or my YouTube community page. Both I post to. So there's some horses. A few more horses, and this is just so that I can move faster. So that the pack animals are the ones carrying all the food that I own. Alright. So, big derp in dumping all of that. I really thought I filtered for armor, but clearly I hadn't. And then in Sianan, I'm going to top up the food that I have. Oh, and they have a lot of mules. Like, a lot of mules. Holy moly. Okay, so now I have 13 mules, which carry a lot of weight. So I'm probably fine on pack animals. I have a carry weight of... Yeah, my carry weight's even better than it was before. There is an arena fight here that I probably want to enter, but I'm also going to grab a whole bunch of grain and fish. I have a lot of money, so I might as well just, like, feed my people well. Which will also level up my stewardship skill, which allows me to have a larger army. So I will spend money for a bigger army. And we'll try another arena fight. And then get back to Saga. Beating up some rebels. Now, I've roughly twice as much health in this fight as I had the last one, so maybe I'll actually win this one rather than die at the final round. The good news is, because I'm like a really wealthy peasant, I can afford to throw big bets around and, like, not care. Is it worth seeing super cheap armor? Probably not. Because bankrolling an army is going to cost money in its own way, so it's probably best to hold on to the money so that I don't go bankrupt in bankrolling an army for fighting, you know, the stuff I'm currently fighting. So this issue is until you're landed, it's very expensive to support an army because you don't have the income from a town or castle to support you. So in my case, I have 4 workshops and 4 caravans for passive income, but I don't want to overdraft from that passive income so much so that I go bankrupt, because, yeah, that would be bad. If you don't pay your troops, they kind of abandon you. Alright, there we go. Got a little bit more rundown. And so I don't end up doing the oopsies again. I will lock this stuff. Although I'm pretty sure once you run out of the food, the lock goes away. So it's like, if we eat all of the meat, next time I buy meat, it's gone. But, like, whatever. At least I'm trying to lock it. So everything but the Dawnbreaker's locked. Got it. I'll sell the Dawnbreaker because I don't need it. And then back to Sargon. Oh, GMT the med student has leveled up, and I am going to have her focus on medicine, because duh. We're trying to have her be the party doctor. Docker. Words are hard, man. Party doctor, and that means that she needs to focus on medicine. Here, bud. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, Lords of the Forest, which originally streamed live on Twitch, April 30th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Battanians.